Hello and welcome. So today, of course, we are here to have another sniff and sip kind of video. If this is your first time here and you're not familiar with our sniff and sip videos, this is where we try fragrances and I sniff them and I sip in the process. So that's why we call it sniff and sip. So today I have for you quite the number of fragrances because I was not able to film one of these last week. So I have a total of 7 fragrances to share with you, and a couple of them are brand new releases. So I am so excited to try them with you. I have been waiting. You don't know what it took for me not to try at least a couple of these fragrances, because when I tell you, I have been at the edge of my seat just waiting to share this with you. So let's go ahead and jump right in. But before we do so, if this is your first time here, I'm Arahi and I'm your fragrance concierge because I'm totally committed to creating the best fragrance experience for you. I upload videos multiple times a week, and on this channel, we just love to talk about fragrances. So if that sounds like the type of content that you're interested in and like a good plan, then please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget, leave a comment. Let's go, fam. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start. And typically I would share with you my makeup of the day, but this is the same makeup that I shared with you during yesterday's video, and I think even the day before. But basically, I will have all the details of this makeup outlined for you in the description box of this video, and of course a link to where you can pick them up if you're interested. But I am wearing, again, I created this eye look with my Pat McGrath Mothership 2 Divine Rose 2 eyeshadow palette, and then I have as the blush, I am wearing Pink Explosion from Chanel, and as my lipstick I do have from MAC All Fired Up with a liner, which is Vino. But everything will be linked for you in the description box. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. But I do want to let you know that this video is kindly being sponsored by Olina's Aroma Shop. Now, this is not the first time that I work with Olina. If you always watch, Sniff and Sip, you know that Olina's Aroma Shop has been a sponsor a couple of times, which should tell you how highly I think of Olina's Aroma Shop. What I love about them is that their level of customer service is really exceptional. There is not a miss, and their attention to detail is just unbelievable. Not to mention the fact that on their website, you can find over 700 different fragrances, and they span all the way from designer to Western niche to affordable Middle Eastern. So you just have to go out there and just search for the specific fragrance, and I am sure that it'll pop up. Now, in addition to that, I also love that she offers everything from like a regular 1 ml sample all the way to like a travel decant, like a 10 ml travel decant. There's 5 mls, 2 mls, 8 mls. So I just absolutely love that flexibility, because you don't always need a 10 ml. Sometimes you just want to make sure that you really just like the fragrance, because you still know that you want to blind buy it. So go ahead and check out her website, because I think you're going to be very, very happy. I also want to show you how she delivers these decants. I mean, look at how she puts the label, and I'm telling you, just the attention to detail is just exceptional. Anyway, so let's go ahead and start. And I'm sure you noticed that the first one that we're going to be talking about today is from Versace, and this is the latest flanker to that whole Crystal Noir collection, and this one is Crystal Emerald. So let me go ahead and share with you the notes before I spray it. Oh, and another thing that I forgot to mention, by the way, is that, and I've shared this with you before, so whenever you order a sample or a decant or anything like that from Olina's Aroma Shop, you are going to get this card. And I hope that the camera is picking it up. So this is a card that shows you the name of the fragrance. It gives you the notes, and then you can spray the fragrance right there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and share with you the notes. Oh, wow. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, oh, hold on a second. Hold on. I need to hydrate for this one. And, oh, wow. Okay, so let me tell you. So this one immediately, and I haven't even shared the notes with you, but I want you to know this. This is giving me a bit of a soapy green kind of scent. It is definitely a green scent, not very green, but definitely green. I can also tell you that this is going to be most likely a beast mode fragrance because the projection right now coming off of the paper is just really, really strong. Wow. Okay, so let me go ahead and share with you the notes. So at the top, we have bergamot, peach, and pink pepper. At the heart, rosebud, sorbet, jasmine, and raspberry. And at the base, white musk, incense, and tonka bean. Okay, so I am going to put this one down, as I always do, so that it can, get to the dry down, and then I'll tell you what I'm picking up. But I can tell you that right now, it opened sweet, citrusy, fruity, with a bit of like a green quality to it for sure. But I must say that what you're going to have to consider with this one is, are you okay with a scent that is soapy, like truly soapy? Not very soapy, but this is definitely a soapy quality type of scent. I'm not picking up on anything else right now, just that fruitiness. Yeah, and it's the opening, while being fruity, it's not super fruity, and there's a level of a citrusy quality also going on there. And then that green quality also helps it not be, a bit too much. But this is going to be a powerhouse, I am sure, because the intensity that it's giving me right now, very interesting. Okay, I'm going to put this down so we can continue on to the others. And as I always do, I will circle back and tell you what I'm picking up at the dry down. All right, so next, also coming from Olina's, we have here from Montal, Be My Plum. And here is the cute decant. I love this color. Anyway, so let's go ahead and spray. Ooh. Okay, so I'm sure you're familiar with Montal fragrances, and you know that typically Montal fragrances are beast mode. This one is not going to be an exception, but this is not... Hold on a second. Hold on. By the way, today I have Arnold Palmer again. And like I told you the last time, I make it with unsweetened iced tea and then regular lemonade. Absolutely love it. Okay, so here's the thing about this one. This one opened immediately with the note of oud. The oud that I'm picking up is not barnyardish in any kind of way, but it's pretty intense because it's Montal, okay? But in addition to the oud, I immediately am picking up on yellow florals, and the one floral that is sticking out is Lang Lang. And you know what? Let me go ahead and pull up the notes and tell you what we have here, because yeah. Okay, so at the top we have green plum, pink pepper, and Cambodian oud. At the heart we have Indian tuberose, plum blossom, tiara, and ylang ylang. And at the base we have musk, coconut, and vanilla sugar. I am picking up, I'm not even really picking up on a juicy, luscious, ripe plum. This is a plum, to me this is like a plum, like with a green note. And I know that, wait, because I did say green plum, yeah, I am getting that greenness, but it's not necessarily like a green plum. I'm getting like that plum note that's not ripe with a green quality to it. And that combined with the oud in the opening and combined with Lang Lang, which you know is a floral that really can be out there. I'm not sure that I'm enjoying this one, to be honest with you. But I'm going to put it down and then I'm going to circle back. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so next I have for you a fragrance that was sent to me by the Scent Split team. And this one is from NATO. You know, we've been on a roll with NATO. Like every time I do a sniff and sip, I bring at least one NATO fragrance. And this one is called Where Love Belongs 2207. This is just so tiny. So here it is. Yeah, I think it says 2207. All right, so let's go ahead and spray it. And I also wanted to give a shout out to the Day 3 fragrances team because they sent me some PR. I just really haven't even had a chance to share with you those fragrances. But Oh, when I tell you, they're going to be incredible, as all of the other fragrances we've discussed from day 3. But anyway, so they sent me this nice little booklet that has like all of these test strips. So yeah, so we are going to use this one because I ran out of the Paris corner ones, you know, the ones that I always tell you about. Anyway, so let's go ahead and spray and see what we get from this NATO. Ooh. Okay, so let me share with you the notes of this one. So at the top we have bergamot, lang lang, mandarin orange, and red berries. At the heart, lily of the valley, orange, woody notes. And at the base, musk, sandalwood, and amber. Okay, so in the opening, what I'm getting is fresh, spicy, citrusy opening. I'm not getting the lang lang at all whatsoever right now, but I'm getting like a bouquet of florals. I think that this... Okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to distinguish the florals here because what I'm getting is a bouquet. I'm not distinguishing a specific floral, but the opening was citrusy and a bit fruity. It is a little bit sweet, but not very sweet. I think this one is really, really interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, we are going to put it down and allow it to get to the dry down as we move on to the next. All right, so this next one was sent to me by a fam member, and this is Risala Maidan. And here is the nice little decant she sent me. And if you're watching, thank you so much, by the way. Okay, so let's go ahead and spray this one and see what we get. Ooh. Oh. Okay, this is not reminding me of anything. Are you familiar with Risala Maidan? Like, this is not reminding me of anything. So at the top, it has apple and peach. At the heart, pineapple, which I'm getting that pineapple. And at the base, we're getting wild rose, patchouli, and musk. This opens sweet, but not very sweet. Very fruity, though. And the one, oh my goodness, the one fruit that I'm picking up clearly is the pineapple. And the way that the pineapple has been done here is reminding me completely of the way that Kajal does their pineapple note. I mean, yeah, this is giving me that pineapple, but this is not reminding me of any of their fragrances, by the way. But yeah, I am getting that pineapple. I'm not picking up on anything else right now. I'm not getting a floral. I'm not getting anything except that fruitiness. It's actually intensifying, and it is definitely sweet. Okay, I'm going to put it to the side as we're allowing everybody to have a moment. You have to hydrate for this. Anyway. Okay, so we're going to move on to another affordable Middle Eastern fragrance. And let me get a strip. Okay, so this next one is from Arabian Prestige, and it is Ishatar Amber Vanilla. And I did do some research, and it was allegedly, it has been inspired by Mancera's Instant Crush, which is a fragrance that I love. I love the original and I love the Intense, you know, the one that was launched last year. I did review it for you here on the channel. Did you ever try the Intense if you're into Instant Crush? And did you like the Intense more than the original, or did you prefer the original? But let's see what this one is giving us for sure. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so the notes here are Moroccan rose, mandarin, ginger, and bergamot at the top. At the heart, caramel, amber, patchouli, Egyptian jasmine. At the base, Madagascar vanilla, amber, sandalwood, musk, and evernal. Okay, this one is giving me all the way immediately Mancera's Instant Crush. It opens the exact same way. Yeah, it's like, I'm going to allow it to get to the dry down to see if there's any differences that I immediately pick up. But I can tell you that that is Instant Crush all the way. Definitely. All right. So now let's move on to two fragrances. The last two before we circle back to the others. One is from Coty. You guys know that I've been on a journey with Coty. And this one is Je Trois Amour. Jatra Amour. And Here is the little sample that I have that was sent to me by Coty when I purchased another fragrance, okay? So let's go ahead and get a spray. All right, so let's go ahead and spray it and see what we get. So excited about this one. I've so been looking forward to this. I have such an affinity for Infiniment Coty fragrances. There has not been one fragrance that I've tried that is not an immediate, oh, this is so beautiful. Have you tried this fragrance? Oh, this is another full bottle for me for sure. Okay, so this one they've only disclosed 3 notes for this one, okay? So it says chypre notes, and then it has banana flower and jasmine. I can't distinguish anything specifically from this opening, only that this is definitely a floral fragrance, a chypre floral fragrance for sure. This is absolutely beautiful. Wow, okay. I'm gonna let that one dry also, but I already know that I want a full bottle of that one for sure. All right, so the last one that I have for you today is super exciting. So I have been looking forward to really spraying that Coty one because I just this is just incredible. It's just so beautiful. But now let's talk about the latest from Creed. And I received several samples, but I have been just waiting to share this moment with you. But I have to tell you, like, I am so excited. So this one is their latest fragrance, which is Wild Vetiver. And I have discussed with you during a Saturday morning chatty scent corner that I just didn't understand why Creed felt the need to put out this Wild Vetiver fragrance, because they've had Original Vetiver around for the longest time. And that is not a fragrance that I own because, as I explained to you, vetiver is one of those notes that easily pulls masculine on my skin. And Original Vetiver from Creed definitely is masculine on my skin all the way. And you know I love a unisex fragrance, but oh no, not that one. So let's go ahead and try this one, because I've heard that this one is supposed to be like a lighter, more floral version of the original, okay? So let's see. Oh, okay. I have to try this one on skin. Hold on a second. Oh yeah. This is amazing. Whew, okay, I'm gonna put this down so that it reaches the dry down, but wow, I just had to spray it on skin. Hold on a second. Wow. This is not like the original at all, because at this point, and of course I just sprayed it so it's still in the opening, but at this point the original vetiver fragrance from Creed would already be giving me masculine. I mean, as soon as it lands on my skin, it starts to pull masculine for sure, and at the dry down it's like full on masculine. But this one is definitely very floral. You know what, let me share with you the notes, because Okay, so the notes for this one are at the top, bergamot, pink pepper, and timber pepper. So 2 types of pepper. At the heart, blackcurrant, geranium, and rose centifolia. And at the base, cedarwood, vetiver, and amberwood. So I don't know. So my friend at my local Creed boutique, you know, I told you during a Saturday morning chatty scent corner that she had been calling me for like 2 weeks in a row, just telling me, you know, Arahi, just come and pick up these samples that I have for you. And I went in store and I did pick them up. And then now I have the opportunity to pre-order a bottle, but I had no intention of doing so. But this is going to be a hard one, because I really think I want this one. Wow. Okay. I'm going to let it get to the dry down while we, you know, wrap up all the others. And I'm also going to allow the paper to reach the dry down to see if there's any difference between what I'm picking up on skin and what I'm picking up on paper. All right. So let's go ahead and circle back to Crystal Emerald and let's see what we have. Oh, wow. Guys, I'm in love with this fragrance, but I'm going to tell you, this scent is not for everybody. This is definitely a soapy with a green quality kind of scent. It is fruity, It has a floral presence, but the florals are not in the lead. The fruity notes to me are more in the lead. I'm picking up on a little bit of a smokiness, and I'm also getting like quite a bit of vanilla, but I don't think that's vanilla. I think that may be the tonka. Did I say tonka? Hold on, let me pull this up again. Yeah, there's tonka at the base here. I thought for a minute that maybe this was vanilla, but no, because it's also coming in with that warm, spicy. Yeah, this is definitely the tonka. I am in love with this fragrance. This is going to be a full bottle. Expect to see a detailed review very soon, because as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go order my bottle before it sells out. But I know this is not going to be for everybody. Please don't blind buy this one. Just go in store, get yourself a sample from Alina's, you know, because yeah, but I love this scent. You know why? Because it is different, and while it does have that fruitiness, and it does have, you know, it also has a bit of that smoky quality which grounds the fragrance. Loving it. It is very musky. This is giving me like a level 3 to 4, maybe 4 musk for sure. So yeah, so there's a lot of things here that you may want to consider not picking up or not blind buying it, because there's a lot of things here that could go wrong. All right, so for oh no, guys, this is not for me. Okay, the oud right now is bordering on barnyardish, but that's not even what's getting to me. What's bothering me is that, again, what I'm getting is pretty much what I got in the opening, and I am at the dry down now, believe me. I'm getting that oud with that lang lang. I'm not picking up on any other floral. I'm just getting a very intense oud bordering on barnyardish right now, combined with lang lang. How is that nice? I mean, that's not nice at all. And this is on paper, so most likely you're going to get the same thing. This one is a pass for me for sure. That's definitely not a hero. That's a pass. But, you know, I just pulled the paper again of Crystal Emerald, because loving it. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so next we have NATO, Where Love Belongs. Okay, so this is a nice scent, but it's not a scent that is groundbreaking, if you know what I mean. This one, no, I'm not gonna pick up this one. This one, no. I like it. There's nothing to not like about this scent, because it is not groundbreaking. It's like we've seen this before with maybe a minor difference here and there, and it's very nicely done, because I will say NATO fragrances, in my experience so far, the blend is just exquisite, but it's just not doing it for me. It's really not doing anything for me, as bad as that sounds. This is beautiful, but it's not beautiful, or it's not capturing my heart enough for me to be like, okay, I really need a bottle. So no, this one is a no for me. All right, so next we have Risala Maidan. Okay, this one is still not giving me anything like inspired by. Is this supposed to be an original? Do you guys know? But what I am getting, I think there's oud in this fragrance. It has not been disclosed. Did I share oud in the notes? Because they're not mentioning oud, but I am telling you, there is oud here. There is definitely oud here. And now I'm getting a patchouli that is earthy. Yeah, the patchouli is earthy. The musk is really, really strong, guys. This musk is 4-5. And a tad on a malic, which I don't mind it if it's done right. I mean, this is nice, but yeah, it's not really capturing my heart. This is nice, but it's not capturing my heart. Yeah, maybe it's because we are entering spring and I'm in spring mode, because this to me is not a spring fragrance. This is definitely cold weather. Yeah, Have you tried that one? If you have, can you please let us know what you think about it? You know, we just need another perspective, because maybe it's because I've sprayed all the others here, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, there's oud there. There's oud there for sure. All right, so the next one is Ishatar Amber Vanilla, okay? And yeah, oh guys, this is instant crush all the way. Not the intense, the original. This is instant crush all the way. So if you were looking for a more affordable alternative to the OG, this is your golden opportunity, because yeah, this is definitely instant crush and very nicely done. I would have to compare them side by side on skin to be able to give you differences, if there's any real difference. But I can tell you that just sniffing it, just overall, this is instant crush all the way. All right, so now let's go ahead and move on to Je Trois Amour, but let's have a sip before that. Because that last one, not the instant crush one, but the one before that, yeah, that is not gonna work for me. Yeah, anyway, okay, this is a full bottle for sure. This is absolutely amazing. What I'm getting right now is truly a floral fruity fragrance. I'm getting a bouquet of white florals. I still really can't distinguish what is it, but it's a bouquet of florals with fruitiness. The fruitiness is in the backdrop. I would say that the florals take more of a presence than the fruitiness, at least to my nose. That's what I'm getting. I'm curious to see what this does on skin for me, but you can expect to see a review of this fragrance here on the channel at some point. There's also a tad of a green quality to it, but yeah, that's really all that I'm getting. I'm getting a floral fruity fragrance that is absolutely beautiful. And what's really fascinating me about this scent is that you would think, okay, floral fruity, how many more floral fruity scents can we sniff, right? But there's something different here. They have not disclosed something. So I'm going to try this on skin and try and figure out what is it? What notes have not been disclosed? Because there's more here. Have you tried this fragrance? If you've tried this fragrance on skin, can you please let us know what you pick up? How do you feel about it? What has your experience been? Because yeah, but this is definitely full bottle. This is a hero fragrance right here. All right, guys. So the last one that we have today is Creed Wild Vetiver. All right, so let me start by telling you what I'm getting on paper, and then I'll tell you what I'm getting on skin. This is a scent that is green, okay? So you have to enjoy a green fragrance, because this is not very green, but it is not just barely green. No, this is a green scent all the way. At that, this is earthy. This is like Mother Earth itself. This is as earthy as it comes. This is very earthy. It's also very aromatic. Those are the accords that are dominant right now to my nose. That green, earthy, aromatic, sweet, but not very sweet, very woody. This is a woody all the way type of scent. So, but curiously enough, when it's this woody, especially with vetiver involved, I typically say, okay, this is masculine or leaning heavy masculine, but no, I promise you, this is as unisex as it gets. The florals are there, but the florals are faint, because the florals are not the star of this fragrance at all whatsoever. Oh no. Okay, now let's see. Oh wow. Yeah. This is perfection. Would you believe me if I told you that on my skin, it's actually maybe even leaning a little bit to the feminine side, because it is. So hold on. On my skin, I'm getting the florals clearly. I cannot distinguish. While on paper, I was getting the florals faintly. On my skin, I'm getting the florals with a serious backdrop of woodiness. The earthiness is still there, but it's not as earthy as what I picked up on paper. It is green, but also not as green as what I picked up on paper. Ugh. And it is definitely as aromatic, if not maybe a little bit more than what I picked up on paper. So it has that greenness, that earthiness, and that very aromatic quality to it for sure. It is a floral with some serious woody notes in the backdrop. That is really what I'm getting. Yeah, loving this, loving it. On my skin, it's pulling a little bit feminine. It's not dead on like unisex. If any of you have tried this fragrance, because I know there are some fam members that are like Creed cult followers, and I'm sure you've already started to try this one to decide if you're going to pre-order it. But if you've tried it, can you please let us know what you're picking up? Be it one of my gents or one of my ladies. I don't care. I just want to know if I am the one, like, have I really like convinced myself that I'm picking up what I'm picking up on skin just so that I can pick it up because I'm loving the fragrance. Like, I'm loving the scent. This is exquisite. This could easily be my favorite vetiver fragrance in my collection for sure. And I already told you, vetiver is not a note that I'm very friendly with. So yeah. Anyway, so that is definitely a full bottle for me. I'm going to try and be patient, to be honest with you, because it's like retailing for over $500. I am going to try and be patient and wait if I can, to see if I can find it at a discounter or a sale of some sort in the future. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because I am really loving that fragrance. Anyway, I can't wait to get your thoughts if you end up trying it. All right, fam. So we've reached the end of today's Sniff and Sip, and I hope that this was enjoyable for you. I have to tell you that the #1 fragrance for me this week is definitely Crystal Emerald from Versace. That fragrance is not for everybody. I'm not even too much into soapy accord type of scents, but there is something about that fragrance that is addicted. Like, I am in love with that fragrance. So I am going to be picking up a bottle, and I will follow up with a detailed review for you in case you want to wait for it. Then the next one, definitely Wild Vetiver from Creed. Wow. Wow. Okay, do I think that it's worth $510? I would have to try it on skin a full day, which I haven't, to answer that question for you. But the scent alone is really kind of trying to convince me to put my coin together and forego picking up other fragrances so that I can afford that one. But I am going to try and be patient, because at some point it's going to be at a discounter or there'll be a sale or something like that. So anyway, and then the NATO fragrance is really not bad. Please do not misunderstand me. It's just that it's not groundbreaking, and it's not capturing my heart enough for me to justify wanting to add it to my wish list, and much less picking up a bottle at this point. Then Be My Plum from Montal. That's not going to be for me. I still remember how I felt about that one. Then from the 2 Middle Eastern fragrances, I can tell you that the one that is really inspired, because it really was, by Instant Crush, has been done very nicely, but which is Ishatar Amber Vanilla. But I'm not going to pick it up because I own, okay, Instant Crush, the original, Instant Crush, the Intense, and I have a couple of other affordable Middle Eastern fragrances that were inspired by it, and I don't ever pull those because I already have the OGs, you know, and there's just something about that entire scent profile that, no, I'm good. So I'm not going to pick up yet another one. Now, the Coty fragrance, Je Trois Amour, you can expect to see that one, because that is a sure. To me, I have a feeling that when I try that fragrance on skin properly, like with a bottle and everything, and spray myself all over, I'm going to circle back with you and tell you that that's like a masterpiece, because it is that incredible. It is really that incredible. If you've tried that fragrance, or you've had a decant or a sample in the past, can you share with us your thoughts? Because I want to know if it's just me. Anyway, fam, so that is all that I had for you today. I hope that this was enjoyable. Please be sure to leave us your comments and let us know if you've tried any of these fragrances. As always, thank you so much for hanging with me today, and I will see you all in the next video.